Welcome to a brand new Women's World Cup Daily with the Cooligans. What's good, everybody? Let's go.
Thank you. Thank you for being here yet again. We're here every day, so you need to be here every day.
Yeah, shout out to a lot of people have been on Twitter or X now. I don't know what we're doing because
Twitter, bruh.
this man
Twitter moved to the Bronx, bruh.
This man is destroying everthing we've built. On this
it's
social
such
media
a corny
platform.
logo. It's such
brutal.
a corny logo.
But people, shout out to Sarah Spain. Because a lot of people, she's been compiling lists of like what your Women's World Cup podcast should be. We weren't on the initial list, which is, it's heartbreaking, but there were a lot of our supporters that were like, "Yo, Sarah, how'd you leave them out? How is this possible?" So we ended up on the list. So it's
she
all
corrected
good.
course.
Nice. Okay.
Thank
you.
Right. Thank you for the inclusion.
All right. You're supposed to be a journalist. Do the reporting. But no. So welcome, everybody. My name is Christian Polanco.
Obviously, I'm Alexis Guerreros, everybody.
Let's go. We are excited today. We obviously we had a fun episode yesterday. We obviously reacted to the U.S. Women's National Team, the result against Netherlands. We'll parse our thoughts now after having a day to, kind of sit on it.
Kids using big words. What is happening?
We'll try to, gather our thoughts there after a day. But then also, I had mentioned before, some of the results that we didn't get a chance to talk about. Australia, Nigeria was Portugal also played Vietnam, but Australia, Nigeria was just literally, I say so far, best game of the Women's World Cup, as of now. So super entertaining. We got 5 goals in this game, and an upset without a doubt. I think the host nation for Australia.
Without a doubt, 100%. Yeah, this is massive. Look, no Samantha Kerr.
Mm-hmm,
that's the first stat that needs to be said. Yeah. Samantha Kerr with 0 minutes because obviously she's still dealing with an injury. And you hope for the nation of Australia that she can play in this final group stage match. But against Nigeria, man, Nigeria just took it to them.
Yeah.
And this felt like a knockout stage game because both teams scored. Let's start there. Yep. A rarity so far in this World Cup. And it was very head to head. I wasn't sure what was going to happen. Yeah. Towards the end of the game.
Right. And then when Nigeria got the lead, wild, right? But then also when they got the second goal, got the third goal.
Oshuala.
And what a moment. What a moment. Just the focus of got the defender who tried to head the ball back to the goalkeeper, just clearly that miscommunication, and then Oshuala to just
run
be
on
there,
it. Run up,
and then hit the ball, and it was a really bad angle. Yeah, dude.
Woo!
And but I love the celebration, taking the jersey off, and then also her post game comments. Did you see that?
I did not.
It was wild because they said she said she's proud to play for this badge. She said Nigeria is the greatest country in the world, and then the interviewer was like, "Oh, can you say something to the people of Nigeria?" I forgot the exact question, but she said, "Niger, let's effing go!" And it was just like such a great moment of pride for the country.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it was just great to see. So, but just such a obviously we have I always watch Nigeria, especially for Anumanu, Ife Anumanu, who plays for Gotham FC. She plays winger for Nigeria. She's more of I would say a 9 in my opinion. But she played well, and then the 3 goals. The first goal to score, after because Australia scored first.
Yeah.
and then to score in stoppage time of the first half.
Both were technically in stoppage time.
Yeah, those both
Yeah.
both of Australia's goals were definitely in stoppage, and then
No, I said the Australia goal was the
yes,
first goal
yes.
by Australia was in 45th plus 1 minute, so what, 46 minute, and then the other one was like plus 6 minute, like the dying embers of the first half.
The I think this obviously was a shock because Australia are a pretty good team, and they're also pretty good defenders. I mean, the defender that made the mistake, Kennedy, that was Alana Kennedy, who was trying to pass it back to the goalkeeper, to head it back to the goalkeeper. She's like dominant. Like, she's been like one of those players are really difficult to get around. Taller than most of the people she's playing against, and again, this was just such a great performance in a World Cup for Nigeria. Just to it just had a lot. It had everything as far as it was entertaining, great goals. They all play. Everybody played well, and then it just had a level of heart that was just clearly on display.
And for those of you who don't know, now Nigeria's top of this group.
Yeah.
The host nation, or one of the co-host nation, is also in this group in third as of right now, out of the knockout stages.
Yeah.
Will not advance out of the groups unless they beat Canada, who is in second place. In fourth place is Ireland, so they're out. So it's Nigeria with 4 points, Canada with 4 points, both on +1 goal differential. Then is Australia in third place with 3 points. Obviously, Ireland is out with 0 points. So right now, this match, Canada's next match, is against Australia. Canada needing to show up. Christine Sinclair missing opportunities. Really needs to solidify. I think she becomes the first to score in 6 World Cups if she can score here.
Okay.
So she becomes the first player to score in 6 consecutive World Cups. Really needing it. But Australia, will Sam Kerr come back? The nation is behind them. They're home. This is a crazy match. This is going to be a wild match.
Yeah, I'm but I hear 6 World Cups. I'm like, damn, did Christine Sinclair play against Pele? How long has that been?
Bro. Christine Sinclair's first match was televised by Morse code.
Damn,
right?
dog.
There was Canadians gathered around the ticker tape as it was coming out of the Morse code machine.
I remember, I caught Christine Sinclair's first game on the radio, like everybody else. My family huddled around.
It was the Depression, and Christian and I were bare knuckle boxing as children to make ends meet for our family. And we heard Christine Sinclair scored.
We threw our gloves down and put the fight on pause because we had to
put the fight on pause. Because you got to honor Christine Sinclair's first World Cup.
Christine Sinclair is basically the Didier Drogba,
Her first photo was black and white. That's how long ago.
It's so remarkable, but so the
6 World Cups is kind of crazy. Guys, right now at home, do 6 times 4. And just think about doing the same thing for that span of time.
Christine Sinclair was a toddler out there, bro.
Christine Sinclair, her mother was going to drive her to the first World Cup. Couldn't, so she rode a pterodactyl. That's how long ago.
Dude. I mean, it's been a minute, bro. So, the game Australia-Canada is going to be such a huge game because obviously winner – depending on the result for Nigeria, Ireland, you would imagine probably Nigeria would win that game.
Australia has to win, by the way. They're
has to win,
3 to 4 points. Australia has to win. A draw
both
does not help them.
Both teams. I mean, Canada could finish top of the group if they win. So
but a draw gets them through.
Yeah.
There's no chance. There's 0 chance for Australia.
A lot at stake. Yeah, it really, really hurts. If Australia don't get through and Sam Kerr never plays a game in this World Cup, I mean, I can't even really describe the heartbreak that would feel like. We have to see her at this World Cup. It's in her country. This is crazy. I'm already getting sad thinking about it.
Oh my God. It's this has been tough for both host nations, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Okay, so all right, a couple of the results. We had Italy. No, sorry, not Italy. That was the other game. Argentina, South Africa. Um, this was a wild game. South Africa they were up 2-0, and I felt like a lock. Argentina have not really looked great in the tournament so far, and then they come back in this game to get a draw, which is like a heartbreak. Like hurts for South Africa because they had such a real opportunity to. They would have been in no, they would have been tied with 3 points and maybe if they were up 2-0, they would have been, I believe, in first place in the group above Sweden. But no, Argentina spoiled the show for South Africa. They got 2 goals in the 74th and the 79th minute. The what was it? The second goal from Nunez. Oh, Nunez. I don't know I'm assuming it's misspelled here, but was wild. It was a blast that went from outside the box and dipped down into like top bins. It felt like once South Africa were up 2-0, I thought it really did feel like, oh, we got this. Like we're better than them. There's no way they're coming back, and that's exactly what they did. That might have been the first. I think that was the first goal. The second goal was the header, the cross, and then the header that trickled in. But just that, it felt like in the second half, South Africa, maybe they were tired. Maybe they didn't think they needed to score another one.
It was just it was like such a quick, drastic dip in form towards the end of this game. They just burned themselves out. I mean, also, no one really taking a result really kind of, I guess, gave Italy a bit of a chance here.
Without a doubt, yeah. I mean, this group was it felt like it was gonna be it's Sweden, and let's see who else can kind of get out of there. But then the group ended up being much more competitive than I think a lot of people thought. But
yeah, especially I kind of expected Argentina to continue to come. I thought they would at least be able to pull this game off towards the end.
Sure. They did look better. But
they're about to go against Sweden, which is clearly going to be the toughest competition they're going to face.
But it's interesting. Every World Cup, every women's World Cup is, some countries are further along as far as development goes. And you see where Argentina is. For this result, I think just for women's soccer in Argentina, I think it's just that's what makes it so much more meaningful and impactful, because we all know how very publicly disrespected the Argentinian women's national team is. And things are changing, but it's like difficult to see the love and support that the men's national team gets, and like the women not get like almost any. I'm not there.
Class citizen.
Yeah, I'm not there to see it, but we've heard. I mean, a lot of issues with the federation and and resources and a lot of stuff. So it clearly exists, but I think results like this and kind of the a passionate sort of comeback, I think helps the program, further along. If they get out of the group, which would be pretty wild. I mean, that's even more insane. I mean, like having a knockout stage game, maybe watch parties in Argentina, maybe that changes everything and stuff like that. But I've been seeing at the very least the dude Hero.
Hero's doing a lot.
He's doing, he did videos with the women's, some of the women's national team players and stuff like that. So, that's what it takes, just to normalize.
Treat it like it's a World Cup. Yeah, I don't think it's asking a lot. It's called a World Cup. Right? You might as well treat it like one.
Exactly. So, huge result for South Africa, for Argentina, really to come back in that game. All right, a couple other ones. England played Denmark this morning. Lauren James
Yeah, with a beast of a goal.
Yeah, great
Oh my
goal.
God.
And wins 1-0 over Denmark. Denmark got really close. Obviously, they hit the post from a header late in the game. They just couldn't find the goal. I mean, I think we can ask the same questions of England that we ask of the United States. Yo, why aren't you
Literally,
winning?
what's going on,
Y'all supposed to be out here dominating.
What
What's
happened?
this?
Bro, I thought you was top of the food chain. What's going on, bro?
And not to say, look,
Lionesses.
Denmark is not, they're not pushovers.
No,
But
not at all. But if you're England, and yeah, I know you got a bunch of injuries, and unfortunately you added another one. Barcelona player, Kira Walsh, if I'm not mistaken.
Walsh, yeah, she got hurt.
I mean, you heard her say, "I've done my knee." And Charlie mentioned it on the show. She's like pushing other players away, like, don't worry about me, go play.
Yeah.
I mean, which kind of shows you the selflessness of some of these players. And I also mentioned it on the morning show. You got these players playing in multiple competitions. You've seen NWSL players, you've seen European-based players in the offseason go play for a league that's still going on, do a loan, not taking time off, tons of international competition. Lots of those, because that's really the big money earner for the federation when it comes to women's sports. And it's really, really tough what you're seeing. But England is still a really deep team. So you're going to have to start asking some questions of their coach as well, of saying like, hey, why aren't we bodying? Why is Rachel Daly a left back, bro? Was she not the Golden Boot winner in your league, bro?
Yeah, it's a interesting decision. I guess it's a little bit of like,
she played well.
She
I don't
played
want to take
well.
it away from her.
We got to try to get our best players on the pitch, regardless of like what position.
I put her in at goalkeeper, bro. We need goals. You feel me?
So yeah, this a lineup looked pretty unorthodox. But
yeah, I'd say so.
If they lose, it's a terrible decision. If they win, it's like, oh, maybe the manager just knows something we don't, okay? So.
No, he's thinking outside the box. So far outside the box, she's playing in the next box, bro.
So, so it essentially, look, the goal was impressive. Lauren James, who started this game, I believe didn't start the last one. This is, Lauren James is a winger, right? She's not a fullback.
No, she's a winger for Chelsea.
Right. Okay.
And probably the main connecting partner with Sam Kerr when they play for Chelsea.
Right.
Lauren James is the other player to worry about, which is it's striking because it's Lauren James and she's really good.
Yeah.
Reece James' sister, for those of you who don't know.
Right. But overall, I just thought the look, so far in this tournament, England they haven't looked bad. They won the games that they needed to win.
They haven't looked bad, but have they looked great?
Yeah, they haven't looked great. I mean, it's like not many teams have looked great. I've said this before. To me,
the Philippines. What are you talking about, bro? The Philippines have a shot at getting out of the
group. To me, Japan and Spain look the best. I look the sharpest.
Sharpest is probably the great word. I was gonna say most ready, but yeah, sharpest is
that's it. I mean, it doesn't mean they're gonna win games. Maybe because they could get anything could happen. A big foul. You get smacked in the face. Some teams play a little too aggressive. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Get sturdy out there.
That sharpness doesn't always. That isn't gonna be the thing that saves you.
Doesn't always equate.
So yeah, it was so impressive overall. I think England, but once we get to the knockout stages, I think that we're gonna start seeing what teams are really sort of made of, right? And the other result, China won against Haiti 1-0, and this was most of the game was, I would say, just controversy. A lot of either bad calls or non-calls. Red
card in the 29th minute for China, and they still win.
Yeah.
Haiti should have gotten a penalty at the end.
Yeah, there was just a lot of confusion. I could see why Haiti would be pretty frustrated with this result. But just the refereeing seemed to be a little wild in this game. Okay, all right. I want to just recap, and some U.S. Women's National Team stuff. But now that we've had some time to chill,
that's important. You gotta chill.
Because we have finally, I think, we were on Levitard show. We did our show. We were screaming into microphones. We were just a bunch of, heterosexual males screaming into microphones. You see it on TikTok all the time.
Get in line. And plus, imagine, I don't know how you chose to chill when a game gets suspended in the 60th minute. That an MLS team is winning against a Liga MX team. It's just unfair.
Yeah.
They don't want us to win. So we had to chill. And you know what I did? I took that time to pop open a fresh, crisp, cold, refreshing Coors Light.
That's right, because the Blue Mountains are right there. You see them right on the screen.
Dude, it's right over your head, bro.
Okay.
Your whole box right there is refreshing, cold, ready to go.
I feel quite chill right now. Alexis is jealous, bro.
Bro, I'm wild jelly right now. Ain't no mountain on my box, bro. Okay. But that's how you know. The can itself tells you, hey, I'm good to go if you good to go,
Look at that. All right.
I'll stay ready.
The can is always ready to go. So shout out to Coors Light, the official beer of Leagues Cup 2023. So this summer, stay passionate and stay refreshed with an ice cold Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Drizzly or Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/Cooligans.
That's CoorsLight.com/Cooligans. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
All right. All right. So now that we've had a day, any other thoughts on Vlatko's decision? Because I'll tell you where I'm at, because I haven't seen too many people be in support of Vlatko, but I did see one. I did see comments from our homie Glenn Crooks. He's the radio announcer for NYCFC. He's also legendary coach in New Jersey. Coach at Rutgers. Coach Carly Lloyd. Legendary coach. Great guy. So
Some would say he discovered Carly Lloyd.
Yeah. He was basically saying that Vlatko's decision, like basically to, don't pay attention to the noise. This is Vlatko believed that the players on the pitch could get the job done and could get a win, and that if they ended up scoring, everyone would have been like, Vlatko's a genius. He knew what he was doing.
Well, yeah, of course.
Right. So
what are we doing?
And now,
if the atomic bomb didn't work, Oppenheimer wouldn't have been made. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yes.
What are we talking about?
That's the only, thing that would have been different.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the point stands. If the Barbie doll doesn't get made, the Barbie movie doesn't get
very
made.
Interesting butterfly effect to focus on.
It's just ridiculous. And I'd like to remind everyone that Glenn Crooks is a fan of Arturo's Pizza. Quite possibly one of the best pizzas in New York City.
I'm not too familiar with Arturo's, but I mean that Alexis and Glenn get into that every single time, because Glenn always brings it up about this pizza. All right,
he loves it, and I said I'm glad you do. It's the only reason they're still open. I haven't heard anyone else besides Glenn be like, go on, King. Vlatko. You know what I mean?
Don't let anybody change you, okay?
Nah, they don't want you to win, Vlatko. No, the rest of us want to win, dude. I think the rest of us have a lot of questions. And I mean, I've had a day on it. Alana Cook got to get in there, bro. I want to see a center back pairing. We've left it too late as far as I'm concerned. The only thing that saves Vlatko's skin right now is if Rose Lavelle is healthy enough to start the game and possibly go about 70. Yeah. If that's possible, then we'll be all right. Yeah, because then we could just park the bus after that.
Because I don't think there's any strong issue with the attacking three. Even though if you look at some of our YouTube comments on yesterday's show, a lot of people aren't happy with Alex Morgan. They're just like, maybe she's done. Maybe she's not she doesn't have to play all 90. Maybe she doesn't have to necessarily even start.
I would say calm yourselves if you're thinking that. You might not be wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying she's not a make your own shot, make your own chance kind of a striker. She needs service. And that midfield, as far as I'm concerned, no disrespect to Andy Sullivan, no disrespect to Lindsey Horan, it's not really set up unless, Rose Lavelle or Ashley Sanchez are in there. It's not really set up to give service to a pure 9. like Alex Morgan. So I think you're seeing the effects of that. I think that's why you're seeing so much dynamism out of a Sophia Smith who can create her own shot.
Yeah, I mean the comments have been interesting. I think people have been focusing on Andy Sullivan. There is one comment I did wanna read. This was from Johnny P5216. I just it's a long comment, but essentially they said Sullivan is good for one or two of these mistakes every big game. Go back and look. That isn't coaching or anything. Her job there is to simply put her body in front of the 10 and stop her from progressing. And essentially kind of focusing on that. I think somebody else said this. It might be in the same comment somewhere else. It's a very long comment. I'm not going to read the whole thing. But essentially that that Andy Sullivan doesn't foul enough. That she's unwilling to foul players enough to stop them from advancing. And that's an interesting argument because as far as a defensive mid, there should be a couple. You should get into a couple little scraps from time to time.
Yeah,
maybe pick up a yellow.
No.
Like
you gotta taste a little grass.
Yeah. And so I could see that argument being made because you wouldn't really say that about Julie Ertz. Julie Ertz will knock.
She'll get stuck in, bro.
She'll knock somebody down, bro.
I don't hate that. And I do think like when you see a player that doesn't foul enough, it's usually a sign that they're not, doing certain things that would create doubt in that number 10 of going near them.
Right,
you know what I mean? And I'm not simply talking about like abusing or getting sturdy. That is a good point. That's not a terrible point.
No,
but I think Andy Sullivan is being put in a position where she really can't win.
I wouldn't say that, but
I would. You're the defensive midfielder protecting a center back and a former center back.
Yeah.
So typically, if you had two really good center backs behind you, you would do enough to slow down the attack, and then these two center backs would stop it.
Yeah.
Now what you have is a situation where one of those center backs isn't exactly in her perfect position. So you're not getting. There's a World Cup. There's a World Cup. This is where you got to field your best 11.
I'll say this, but I trust Julie Ertz as center back more than I trust Andy Sullivan at the 6 right now. That's essentially what I'm saying. So the as far as I wouldn't say that she can't win. I think the midfield shouldn't be getting cooked like this. We're not used to seeing something like that where we're getting overrun. The U.S. is going to have more possession in pretty much all of these World Cup matches. We know that. So the midfield should, when they lose the ball, should be hard pressed and focused on recovering the ball. And if that means like you got to be aggressive, got to foul a little bit, then that's what the job calls for. When I think
you heard it here first, you got to get a little sturdy.
But yeah, so that I think that's an interesting insight in how the Netherlands match ended up, because that was a again, some people like Glenn is essentially saying like not a big deal, and even in 2019 we did draw a game as well in the group stages. But
and let's be honest, Portugal, we should be able to beat them easily.
Yeah.
If we lose to Portugal, that it's catastrophic.
But it's just
so if we beat Portugal, we go through. But I'm with you. This isn't. We're not walking in fresh. Like, hey, look at us beating everybody.
The game is so winnable. The game against Netherlands was winnable in my mind. I mean, I'll say the same thing. The result is on Vlaco's, hands. I mean, it's not, it's still a draw. It's not the end of the world, but just a disappointing decision because it could have been so much more fruitful if it just made a couple subs, just gave some other players some burn and stuff like that. Yeah, so frustrating, but it is what it is. Okay, we have we're gonna wrap up. Obviously, tomorrow there'll be obviously 3 games: France, Brazil, Panama, Jamaica, and Sweden, Italy. So those are the Still second. Those are still second matches, right? For those,
I'm not sure.
I think.
Dude, these
No,
games
no.
are all running into each other.
Yeah, yeah. In Group F, where are they with Group F? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Well, it's somewhere. We've been doing this every single day, so go check
Yeah,
out
you
some
know
of
what?
the.
Yeah, we'll be here to talk about it,
Go
dude.
check out some of the older episodes. We have again some of the episodes with some great
That
guests.
is Brazil and France's second match, yes.
Okay. Some great guests. We have another great guest lined up for tomorrow. We're going to be chatting with Megan Reyes, who created the Between Two Worlds podcast, a documentary podcast about the Filipino national team, and it's great. I highly recommend people check it out. But we'll be talking to her tomorrow about that. So make sure you tune in. Subscribe as always to all the stuff at Soccer Cooligans on YouTube. Everywhere you consume
Yeah, hit the
this show.
subscribe button right now, regardless of
Leave
where
a
you
review.
are.
If you're enjoying these World Cup Daily podcasts, leave a review on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify. You can do it right there, right in the app. Please do that right now as you're listening to me say this. That is the only instruction I will give you. So, okay. Everybody, we will see you tomorrow with a brand new episode. The Women's World Cup is chugging right along. We out here every single day. Make sure you let your friends know. Send this podcast. Text this podcast to one of your friends to make sure that they listen to it and check it out. Y'all the absolute best. We will see you tomorrow. Peace.